hello and welcome to another video. Today we've got another exciting feature for you guys. This one is going to be crazy, so stay tuned. But with me today I've got Ben. So
nice to meet you, mate.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on today. What have you brought us today?
So it's my, well, it's an EJ really, it's not an EK, but that's nothing really, but it's K24 Frank. It's a track car, street car.
Bit of everything, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's all
sort
rounder.
of, yeah, it's a bit of everything.
Which is what I like, actually.
Yeah, it's sort of perfect really.
Yeah. But we're going to get into absolutely everything, so yeah, enjoy. Here we have it. Absolutely beautiful example, like nothing I've ever seen before. But yeah, if you could just tell us, probably let's go back to front about the car, and then we'll get into the engine afterwards. But wheels, suspension, what have you done?
Well, there's not a lot I haven't really done or not touched. So back to front, it's carbon boot, carbon spoiler. I'll start again. It's completely resprayed, San Marino blue, BMW colour. Yeah, so carbon boot, carbon spoiler, the rear stripped, cage, etc. Wheels are raised CE28s.
They're beautiful, they are.
Yeah, they were hard to find. They were hard to find in this size, this spec.
What size are they?
They're 16s, but they're 16 by 7. It was more the offset that was the issue, mainly for the front carbon wings. I didn't want them hitting.
Of course.
But yeah, the back, it's got all the lower control arms, looks fancy. It don't really do much, but it looks fancy. All the suspension's all hard race camber arms, toe arms, coilovers are Meister R's. Obviously that sort of mirrors to the front, so all the suspension on this is hard race and Meister R. It's got Wilwood 4-pots, which are the pistons, the caliper's bigger, it's 4-piston, but the disc size is still 262. 242s on the rear. It did have drums, but that's a 242 setup from another Civic. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but from another Civic. It was years ago. They're actually mini calipers.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, weird.
But they brake well.
The car's light, so yeah, it doesn't really need massive brakes. It's got no ABS as well, so the last thing I want it to do is lock up. But yeah, completely undersealed, stripped, taken back. This side did have a new arch. I don't know if you'll input some pictures, but the car was, yeah, when I first built it, it was, should have probably went to the scrapyard really. But yeah, I saved it. But yeah, other than that, it's mainly the outside is blue and carbon. Anything that I've sort of broke or damaged has ended up being carbon, like the wings I said to you earlier with, you know, we had the ball joint failure and yeah, the wing ended up crumpling. Could have got another wing, ended up buying carbon ones.
No, it looks good though, it really does. They complement each other very, very well.
Yeah, I think it's not too much, but I think without the carbon, the car wouldn't be as good as it is, personally. No,
and it goes with the red calipers as well.
Yeah.
It all matches up really nicely. What was the name? Do you know the name of the blue, or is it?
San Marino blue.
San Marino
so it's a
blue.
BMW colour. It comes on the M4s, I believe, maybe the M3s too, like the F80s, and I don't know what the M4s FR, but yeah. So yeah, that was sprayed about 3 years ago now.
Well, you had it yesterday, didn't you? That was
yeah, so that was coated, polished, coated, all that jazz. It's more than what I normally do to it. So, but yeah, it has brought it back a bit. It hasn't. It's sort of weird to say, but it hasn't been this blue for a while. I know that sounds weird to say, but
no, of course,
yeah.
It's you know, it's amazing. And the brides inside. You've got...
Yeah, brides, Takata harnesses. There's not much going on inside. I just took out anything I didn't need. So there's no heaters, there's no stereo, there's no nothing I don't need. Yeah, really. There's nothing behind the dash. It's lucky it's still got a dash, to be honest. I just can't find a carbon one that's right-hand drive. Otherwise, I would have a carbon one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, the cage. The shifter is a K-swap shifter. It's K-tuned. That looks better than what it performs. It isn't the greatest shifter. But yeah, inside again, there's not a lot going on, really.
So if you can talk us through, just some of it again. So you've got.
So again, there's not much there's more in here that I want still really. But again, trying to keep it on the street, it's not. Can't really take much more out. So the cage is an SW Motorsport cage. It's just a bolt-in half cage.
Oh, I love the headliner as well.
Yeah, that the sun or the heat has sort of rippled that a little bit, but the plan is that will come out. I will eventually take that out, go a bit more hardcore in the on the inside. But yeah, it's just everything I could do carbon has been carbon. These blanks were 3D printing, because that's where the heater controls were and the vents were.
Yes.
A few gauges, quite important gauges sometimes. Yeah, that shifter is as good as it looks. The only thing that keeps that in this car is how good it looks.
Really?
The Acuity one I don't think looks as good, but it is a lot better. I've driven one with the Acuity one, and it is a lot better. That's not terrible. I've adjusted it as much. It's got a lot of adjustment on it, but it's just, I don't know. I'm used to it, but
if somebody else jumped in, you'd have to learn it, sort of thing.
It's not. It's harsh.
Because this is a driver's car. You just can't.
I'll be honest. It's sort of it's a bit of a pig to drive normal. It doesn't like to be driven around town. It just likes to be flat out. If you try and drive it normal, it's jerky. But yeah, there's a few. But yeah, AFR gauge. That's probably the most important one. Special set of clocks from Japan.
How big's that wheel?
330 semi-dish.
That's lovely, yeah, suede. Very nice. But well, we'll jump into the bay. But no, it's a very nice interior for well, it's just purpose, isn't it? You know, it's purpose built.
For what you can do. I mean, the Civics were never nice in a way. But yeah, this is better than a standard one, I guess. For what it's had done.
No, absolutely.
It suits for purpose. But eventually, yeah, things will change in here again.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing that and probably have to do an update video. Yeah. But right, we'll go into the engine bay. Well, here we have it. Let's dive right into this because there is a lot of goodness in here. So if you would do the honours.
Yeah, so it looks faster than it is. But basically it's just a K24 crank, so K24 bottom end, 20 head. Stock piston, stock rod, stock crank, K20 oil pump. The head is stock other than Skunk 2 dropping cams, but the valves and springs, everything like that stock, ports are stock. But otherwise it's just mated to, at the minute, a stock. I keep saying stock. It doesn't really, it's not that stock, but it is stock. It's just an EP3 box with a diff, which is on its way out. I do have another box to go in, which is really short ratio. I think that, from what I've worked, well, I've got it built, well, from what I've worked out, that will top out about 140, but it will just get there really quick, because the sixth in this just dies at the minute. But yeah, mated to that is my, well, that's my party piece really, because that's probably cost me power, but look at it.
Yeah.
I probably would have been better off with an RRC or a Skunk 2.
Oh, it's incredible.
But I couldn't turn that down. But yeah, full size rad. I did have a half size rad when I was turbo, and it just gave me problems. Probably because it was turbo, but it's one of them.
Because the last time I saw this, it was completely different. I could probably try and find a picture and include it now, but
yeah, I think when you saw it, it was a bone stock 24, and it had an eBay inlet on it, and inlet or an intake that was about the size of this, and yeah, 2.5 inch exhaust stuff. It still made like 234, so it wasn't too bad. But
I thought it was really nice.
Yeah,
but
no, it was still nice. But then there's nice, and then there's nice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we were talking ages ago about just attention to detail stuff, which I want on my car, and you've gone to town with that, haven't you? Just the smallest things, which some people overlook. And that makes the biggest difference, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and you're all about that. Which is, I mean, that's you, isn't it? So, yeah. If anybody in the Norfolk Suffolk area needs any Honda needs, then this is your guy. But I will drop all the links below.
I mean, that engine doesn't really warrant that sticker because it's not built as such, but it is in a way, I guess. But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, the box is next to come out. I've got a box to go in, baffled sump, and a lightweight flywheel. But yeah, otherwise they're just, a lot of it is just stock Honda parts, so they're just DC5 cables. Like I said, EP3 box. They're just cheap case swap mounts, and they've been alright for 3 years, so
yeah,
I've never had any issues with them.
Well, if it doesn't break, then
no, yeah, they've been fine. I was sort of skeptical to begin with because they were a quarter of the price of Hasport one. So, but yeah, otherwise that's pretty much it. There's not a lot to it. There's less to it than people think.
Yeah, but it's simple, but it's effective.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, it's just a K24 with breathing mods.
And are you going to be chilling with it, do you know, or are you going to be going higher in figures, or are you going to be...
I said I'd probably stop about 40 horsepower ago, because the thing was, I've had turbo ones for about 7 years. And I had this before and I sold it when it was turbo. Well, I didn't sell it, I broke it, sold the shell, blah blah blah. Just completely fell out of love with turbo ones. Had an NA EP3 for a little while, loved it, had the chance to buy this back, and that's when you saw it. It just had a normal 24 engine in it, and because like I say, I just sold the shell as a rolling shell. Yeah, had the chance to buy it back, couldn't say no. Trying not to go turbo with it. As much as I was fed up, I'm not fed up anymore. I've had a little bit of time out.
Yeah.
NA is different. I mean, I've had this car back just over a year now, and I've not had a single problem with it. I think I've done 8,000 or 9,000 miles in it. Loads of track days. The only thing I've had go wrong was the fuel pump. It didn't really go wrong. I got it home and then it started up again, so I don't really know what went wrong there, but
yeah,
the pump weren't priming at the time. Went through all the wiring and that, and nothing was wrong.
That was kind of funny, because I think he said to me he was out trying to break it and just couldn't break it, which is just, it shows you what, you know, some of these Japanese engineering
that
about.
Box has been on its last legs. Well, I thought it was on its last legs in October. So over winter I built another one, spent a lot of time trying to make one that had low rev drop and low top speed and make the most of the power that this puts out. And I thought, yeah, that'll break. Every time it goes into fourth it crunches, and then I went out, and I don't treat that box nicely, because I know I've got another one waiting there.
Like you want it to break.
Yeah, and I try and treat it like I want it to break it. I'll flat shift it, I'll do whatever I can, and it just don't break. And sometimes it'll go a bit funny for a couple of days, and then it'll go back to being the best box in the world again.
It'll be like, no.
Yeah, at one point I've got to call it quits and just take it out, because at the end of the day, if I don't break it, there's a good box sat there. Well, a box that needs probably a fourth gear sinker and hub slider. That's probably all it needs.
That makes sense.
I don't want to take it out without upgrading it. So
of course, and you only do the best. You know, you don't half-ass anything, do you?
No, yeah. Well, like I say, this new box, I must have spent about a week making sure it was what I wanted and how to get bits, because that box, again, just like the engine, is a mix of other ratios from other engines, other Hondas. So it's like an Accord 1, 2, 3, EP3 fourth. It's actually an M factory sixth, because I couldn't get the right ratio for sixth.
Yeah.
JDM fifth. Yeah, it's just that's the other good thing I've found about Hondas, is everything fits on everything in a roundabout way. Like, if you think about it, everything fits. So yeah.
Well, this is why I call you the Honda guru, and I do. Anybody that asks me about Hondas or anything related, I say I know a guy, and I mentioned
I'm not so
you
much a guru. I mean, I'd never call myself a guru. Every day's a school day, and you're always learning. There's stuff I still don't know, and there's probably stuff other people don't know.
Very humble.
Yeah, I know enough to keep my car going, so that's
it's the main thing.
And if I can keep my car going, chances are I can keep a customer's car going. Like, they're never normally this spec, and I sort of treat the car as a showpiece of what I can do for other people. I mean,
well, you look at that, and then they know theirs is in safe hands, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
But now, you did mention the word spent, but you were on about time. But could we roughly use the word spent and talk about a figure?
Yeah, we could. I've had this before. I know how much I've spent on it, not down to the penny, but to the nearest 1,000, which sounds bad. So I've said it before, and just before I say it, I'll say, when I've told someone the figure before, they've assumed that it's including the turbo setup, or basically just how much I spent on it in the last 3 years. No, the figure I'm about to tell you is exactly how much it costs to get this car to this level. It doesn't include none of the old spec, just what it's got in it now. To go and buy one and make it as good as this, parts alone, no labour, because I've done it myself, apart from the paint, 40 grand is what it would cost. Yeah. And people don't believe it, but the thing is, it adds up quick. Like, everything's a grand. Like, bonnet's a grand. They're 1,500 quid. That's 1,800 quid. Like, the engine alone, it adds up really quick.
Yeah, and thank God you can do a lot of it yourself, because that labour would add up as well.
Yeah.
To
don't get me wrong, it's took It's took 3-4 years on and off. I haven't just had 40 grand to burn a hole in my pocket.
No,
Because if I did, I probably
wish.
wouldn't have, as much as I love this, I probably wouldn't have this.
No.
If I had 40 grand waiting to go,
Yeah, yeah.
probably wouldn't have sprayed into a Civic. But
Because you have another. Do you still have your DC?
no,
Oh, you
yeah,
don't.
that's gone.
Okay. Because that was quite silly, wasn't it? That was.
Yeah, that
so-
was quite silly.
Big numbers.
That was sort of what this had in it, and then
Oh, okay.
just got fed up with turbo. But
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I've had people question the price before, but
It's not always about that, is it?
no, it's one that you either believe it or you don't. I mean, the wheels were $2.5 grand. It just adds up quick. It's just before you know it, you're at that money.
Yeah, and it's easy to do, but
Yeah.
it's about the enjoyment of the car and what it means to you. So you can't really put a figure on that.
I don't do anything else. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do anything else. So
It's like me and the MR2. You know,
Yeah.
I want to keep that forever. So technically, anything I put into it, I'm not wasting money because I'm never going to sell it.
Yeah.
But that's.
well, that's like this. I mean, I learnt my lesson from selling it because I'd never gone to this level on a car before. I bought cars and done quite a lot to them, but I'd never took from what this looked like to how it is now.
Yeah.
I've never gone that much in depth. Like, I'd never bothered to respray a car or
No.
have panels welded in and stuff. But
You just gotten by with it.
yeah, just it was a bigger project than I thought it was going to be, to be honest.
But you don't regret a thing?
No, definitely not anymore. I regret
Good.
selling it. I regret selling it.
Yes.
Because it just sort of,
It hits home.
yeah, it was more when it come back, it wasn't how it left me, if that makes sense. So we went to a guy in Scotland. It went to someone else that I know who does Hondas, Jack at BWH. He's very good. He's in Leicester. He dropped a 24 engine in it, and it was pucker. He sold it to a guy in Scotland, and the guy in Scotland, he just, don't know. He looked after it to an extent, but he had a cover on it,
Okay.
and
It's
yeah,
sweated.
bungee cords around it,
Oh.
and I think there was 2 bricks on the roof because there's still a mark on the roof that I can't get out, but
Oh.
they're like brick shaped
Oh,
where
dear.
you'd hold a cover down, and
Ah.
yeah, just silly bits. And then he took it to a guy in Scotland, and yeah, it was a bit of questionable work, but
Oh.
yeah, obviously I know Jack, and I know what he done, so I know it wasn't Jack, and I know how it left him. But yeah, that's the thing. Some people, I think he just wanted a track car, so which it was good for. I'm sort of trying to keep it track, show,
Everything.
street, daily, like everything. I wouldn't think twice about just dailying it, or I have dailied it.
Yeah, but I like that all-rounder thing, and hopefully I can get there at some point as well with that
Yeah.
all-rounder because it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, when it was turbo, I couldn't. I think I maybe done 1,300 miles before I give up.
Wow.
But again, if it was stock block turbo, I wouldn't have had so many issues. It's because I went built engine, built box. I tried to shoot for the moon. I did shoot for the moon. It made just under 800 horsepower, so it wasn't. I was quite happy with that. But
Yes.
it just wouldn't stay together.
No,
Um,
and that's not an everyday thing. You know, it's
Yeah.
very difficult, isn't it?
yeah, I'd be worried about bringing it here today if it was still that set up. Just, are we going to make it home? Am I going to make it here? Because
Yes.
yeah, it's just one of them. I went through. I can't tell you how many drive shafts I went through until I bought a decent set. But yeah,
It's all about the reliability, but
yeah, it's one of them. I just tried to have a car that could do it all. You can't have a car that does it all. It needs to be either like a sensible mix of the lot, or just a show car, just a track car.
yeah,
But yeah, if you look after them, they can't be too bad.
exactly. Well, I think we should go for a drive.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying the video up to this part, then please leave a like and stay tuned. But we are going to take it out for a spin. So we are in the Civic and we are out on the open road. It's actually really nice in here, really comfy. I mean, I always worry because my MR2 is a small headliner, but you've got so much room. It's lovely. But yeah, it's fun. Go on then. Is that accurate?
I could have made this power for probably 3 or 4 grand less, just not made it look as good.
Yeah, literally. But as you're similar to me, you like the looks as well. You like the
yeah, it's got to have the looks.
Which is
I mean, when I first got it, my mate, she said leave it rusty, put a fast engine in it. So I can't, it's not in me. I can't do it.
No, you like it to look like, and I'm the same. I'm all about the looks, and I love the show car aspect. But now I do want a bit of power. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It holds its own round track, and well, it's won some trophies, so it's just as good at show. So
yeah,
I'm not. Yeah.
So that is going to conclude another episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you can hear the noise, we're just on the side of the dual carriageway, but we are trying our best. But yes, that was an amazing episode. If you love Civics, if you enjoy, I will leave all of Ben's bits and bobs below, so you can follow his socials, and yeah, just like, comment, subscribe. But again, thank you so much for coming on. That was really insightful. So getting a feel for the kind of power, the kind of feel for that sort of thing has been really, really insightful, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have. So yes, see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.